What's going on, everybody? Welcome back over here to the Cantina channel here on YouTube, your favorite unknown news source, hangout spot for bar talk, nerd talk, you name it. We're gonna fucking sit here and talk about it. Cody, my fellow co-host here on the show, what is up, my dude?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
I'm good. I'm really fucking tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted.
It's been a long week, dude. It's been a long week.
It's been a long time since I've heard you say it's been a long week.
I know.
It's been a minute. I don't think we've actually we
a long time.
We haven't used that saying since Nick was still here talking to us.
Yeah. Since before the dark times.
Before the dark times of people having children and having to be responsible.
The bullshit life brings us. Once a merry round.
Now, one of these days we'll get Nick back on here to bullshit and have some conversation with us. But today we're just kind of going back to some old roots of what we used to do and just kind of talk. It'll be about more of the same stuff. Us just bullshitting here about pop culture, all that shit. But it's going to be more loose. This regimented stuff has been kind of weird for us. And yeah, we're going to have some more fun with just bullshitting with you. And, obviously involve yourself. Comment below. Follow us on all the social medias, which I'll tag at the end. I wanted to ask you, because I just started doing this again. I've been catching up with some TV show series.
Let it rip.
Like all the different streaming services, because there's too much fucking shit out there. But what has been the most recent thing you've watched? Because me currently, I just caught up with Stranger Things just in time for tomorrow when they release.
Oh, nice.
Literally yesterday, I just finished. So I'm trying to catch up on what I'm behind.
Yeah. I don't watch much TV anymore. I don't watch many TV shows. I watch a lot of the Disney Plus and the Stranger Things. Yeah, I would say Stranger Things is the last thing. That's a lie. Obi-Wan, definitely the last thing I watched, because I binged Stranger Things when it first came out. But tomorrow I am excited for the last two episodes. Last two movies, I should say.
Yeah, first episode, it's hour and a half. Second one's 2.5.
Yeah, which is incredible, by the way. I hope more places take that approach.
Yeah,
Disney certainly hasn't.
Yeah, it's a big step, because I even, what was it? Today I was scrolling through the internet, just dicking around in between doing my college work. And I saw a picture where it showed Mandalorian had 8 episodes. Then it showed Boba Fett was 7. Then it shows Obi-Wan was 6. And it's I didn't realize that pattern that every new show we're getting, they're cutting these things back.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's on purpose or a coincidence or whatnot, but I'm fine with 6 episodes. There was 2 half-hour episodes that just kind of sucked,
Yeah, there's a lot of with these shows that's why I wanted to bring up the TV shows, because Stranger Things, like you said, with that 2.5 and the hour and a half, that's a big deal. That's not been done before. And granted, if you were to stretch it out to the amount that we just had, it would probably time-wise make sense, but I don't know.
No, man, this Stranger Things a series, I'd say, changed the game, because every episode was over an hour long. I mean, you had I think episode 4 was an hour 20. There was some long ass episodes. It was great.
I know.
I think it kept you engaged. I am waiting for Disney, and I totally get it. They're Disney, so they can do the weekly episodic thing, get people to come back.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for them to just drop a series like Netflix, and then maybe holding the last 2 episodes or something to keep you engaged. So, I mean, think about it. With Stranger Things, all the content creation that came from it, it was like one hit and then done. The whole season, everybody binged it. All the YouTubers, the content creators, would binge it all, talk about it all, react to it all at the same time. So all the content came out at once, and it was like an overload. And then it just disappeared. You wouldn't hear from them for a while. Now you got all that content. It was a great season on top of that, and you had to wait what was it, 3 weeks or a month?
It's been 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yeah.
So we had that period where we were we get a little bit more. Had that taste, we get a little bit more. It just means more content, more people talking about it. They announced the whole, we're coming back with season 5 next. I don't know if it was next year or when it was, but
I didn't even know that. I haven't even looked
they announced
that far.
They're coming. There's gonna be another season.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm actually excited, because I would have been, depending on how these last 2 go, I was excited for it to be over. I could see that wrapping up with the way that it looks like right now. But I mean, hey, more Stranger Things is cool with me. I love the show. Yeah. It's honestly, it's an amazing show.
Yeah, I think the brothers said that they always knew what their plan was to wrap the show up. doing, and season 5, that's what they're gonna do. So
Well, shit. I mean, they got a high bar with what I've seen so far. I mean,
yeah, this season's been great.
it's been nuts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's been a lot of shit with TV that I've been trying to catch up with.
Prediction. Hold on before we go any further.
Yeah.
Who's dying? Since it's tomorrow, let's just talk about it. Who's dying? So you know somebody's dying.
I think that God, fuck, I can't remember his name. I'm so beat right now. It's a dude that always gets stuck babysitting. He's the older
Steve. How
Yeah.
could you forget Steve?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, boy.
I think he's gonna die. I think because they keep bringing up the fact that he like always babysits. They make it a point for him to say, and I think he's gonna sacrifice himself for the younger kids.
Yeah, it'd be very Steve like to do, you know, the goat.
Yeah, and after seeing him get like fucked up by those bat things, and
Yeah.
oh, by the way, spoilers, but I'll put this in the title, so by the time you read this, you already knew. But yeah, that I mean, he's done a lot of shit where he's put himself first. Any chance he gets, I think he's gonna go first.
I could see it for sure. Somebody's got to die that really.
It sounds so horrible.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Someone has to die. I hope that prick ass basketball player, that white privileged fuck, I hope he bites the dust.
I hate him so bad. I just hope he ends up in an insane asylum where like no one believes him. Like he sees everything. They all go back to normal and he's like, am I crazy? And like he's like the town like weirdo.
Yeah. You know what's funny too? I was reading an article where the brothers were saying that scene that they recorded with Eddie and I think her name was Chrissy. I forget. She died in the fucking first episode. That cheerleader. The scene with them where she was trying to buy drugs and stuff. They were like, they already knew that she was. They already had recorded her death scene already.
Oh, okay.
Before that, so everyone knew that she was dying, and they were like, the chemistry that those two characters had during that scene. They were like, we fucked up.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
But the whole thing was written, so they were like, we got to stick with it. We can't change it. But they were like, those are two characters we wish we could have done something with.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, that would have been interesting because they work good together.
Yeah,
like they're on.
Gotta make tough decisions sometimes. Sometimes you gotta fucking pin a bitch to a ceiling and fucking snap her in half.
Suck her eyeballs from her face. That honestly, when that happened, I was, as privileged people say, I was taken aback by what I saw. I was like, okay. I was like, they're not holding back. I was like, we're fucking getting in. We're getting into it. It's been phenomenal. It's been really good. I'm ready for that tomorrow. God, I'm trying to think of what other TV's coming out. There's actually a new one, Chris Pratt. I haven't seen the new Jurassic Park. I know that's the most recent thing he was in. But he's got a show coming out on Amazon that I'm really looking forward to called The Terminal List. And it seems like ex-military guy, you know, basically down in the dumps or some shit happens to him where he ends up making like a list, like a hit list of people that in, I'm assuming the government or whatever are like going after, and he's going to take them out one by one. And it looks really good. Like I forgot who the fuck, I don't know if it was Training Day or one of those big movies from like that genre. That person who directed one of those is taking the helm on this one, and it's got that feel. It looks good.
Yeah, I think I saw a trailer for that forever ago.
It's coming out soon.
Honestly, I thought that it already came out.
No, I think it's this month. I don't have it in front of me, but
okay.
I'm not going to get specific details. If you're curious, everyone out there, more than free to look it up. It's called The Terminal List. Chris Pratt. I hope that it is a good show because watching Jack Reacher on Amazon was really good. So if it has that potential, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I've heard Jack Reacher was good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just tough for me, man. I feel like there's like 10 Jack Reachers and the character is like not that old. Like,
yeah, but let's
pipe down with the Jack Reacher content. All right.
I will say that this guy that they have in there, he's the dude from Blue Mountain State, which makes it even better. The guy who played Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State, he's Jack Reacher. I can't remember his name specifically, but that was an amazing show. And it was a love letter back to the fans because everyone was so upset with like Tom Cruise and how he wasn't like the physical aspect and look of Jack
Right,
Reacher
yeah.
in the books, because it's a very
Like a normal dude.
yeah, instead of this beefed out muscular dude that's like super smart and intelligent, but also can like whoop ass, like that's who Jack Reacher was. So when you get this mongoloid of a man coming in here to helm the show, I mean, he's a massive human being, like Rock-esque.
Yeah.
And how they actually incorporate everything, and then they have like a cameo from, you know, the writer of Jack Reacher. He's in the show. I mean, it was great. It was really good. A lot of good detective work. They focused on a lot of cool shit, and the fighting was top tier for what it was.
You know, I mean, you were saying that show you're excited for. You know what show I'm excited for, dude? I think it got pushed back to fucking next year, which sucks.
Which one?
Is a fucking HBO is doing a Last of Us series.
Yes, I want to see
God,
that.
man.
I never.
Pedro Pascal's playing Joel.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, come on, man.
I need to watch, because I didn't buy it for PS4. I need to watch like a cinematic. Jesus fuck.
Cinematic.
Cinematic. Hakuna Matata. A cinematic of the run through of the game, so that I can get the story, because I don't have a PS4 and I'm not going to go out and buy one. So I don't even know what happens in the part 2. Yeah, I know. You and Nick were running through that. I never got my hands on it.
Yeah.
That was like shortly
twice.
Yeah, that was shortly right before that game came out. I swapped my shit out and traded it for a VR system, and then you guys had it still, and I didn't.
Yeah. The last game got a lot of heat, man.
That's what I heard.
Got a lot of heat. I think it was people didn't like the direction of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the story. I thought the story was like kept true to what the game was about, but it did suck when you're playing through it and you're like, fuck. Like at the end, you're just like, fuck. Like there's no, it's not a happy ending, you know? It's like, it's legit. Like this is what the fucking world would be in this situation.
It's not always sunshine and rainbows at the end, man.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I enjoyed both games, but the first one, I mean, it's probably going to go down as a top 5 game of all time.
The story, the art direction, the way that they made the characters and how you connected with them. I mean, just the opening to that game in general will go down.
Guitar, I mean, it's iconic. It's fucking great.
It is.
I can't say enough good things about it.
I did see the one clip from part 2 where you can actually play the guitar.
Yeah,
like you can sit down and actually string it out. I thought that was
people
cool.
like were playing real songs in that shit. They got so good at it. I did it for a little bit, but I was like so involved in the story. I was like, I got to get back at it.
Can't sit around all day and play guitar. There's a, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the show. So the show will be good. I'm looking forward to that. I love that storyline. Love those characters. Joel and Ellie. Ellie. I know that. Jesus, I need to get back into gaming. I know I've been messing around with like VR lately, but I haven't really. And now that I started college again, like gaming for me is becoming like a afterthought. Like I don't even have the time, and it sucks.
I'm never gonna get this time back, am I?
Because there's
good, dude. Because there ain't shit out.
And you know what's funny you say that, because I had that thought. I was like, I could play the usual, but why? I was like, you know, some stuff's coming out lately, but it's just all shit. Like Diablo Immortal came out. I'm a huge Blizzard Diablo fan, like massive. I was worried about that game. I will say, yes, I did put money into it for the battle pass, and I paid for one of the extra battle passes and whatnot. I think I put about $40 in that game. So I will say, yes, I fed the whale, fed the system.
I'm too weak.
For any of you out there knowing what's going on with that game. Have you heard anything about it?
Nope.
Like, long story short,
It stinks.
It's so pay to win because they partnered up with NetEase, the Chinese mobile gaming company that have done like the PUBG, the Call of Duty, like all those mobile games as well as others. And they like microtransaction the fuck out of it. Like I'm talking
that money.
There's so much in there. Pretty much it's come down to that if you don't put money in, like you're just getting stomped on. Like it's not even, it's black and white, clear as day. And someone ran the numbers that they said if you want to get a character maxed out quick and fast, the best way to do it is going to cost you 110 grand.
Holy shit.
Because the way that they did this, and this is why it's interesting, is that they made the game using like science and patterns of people's purchasing history and like gambling tactics, you know, as what microtransactions are. But this game, they're like, oh no, you can't buy armor. You can't do any of that to deliberately make your character strong. But the thing that you need to get the armor and all the stuff that makes you strong, you have to earn through dungeon runs. Now the dungeon runs, depending on how many of these crests that you get in the game, you put into the dungeon run before you do it, will raise the chances of you getting better gear. You get a lot of normal crests sometimes. Legendary ones are far and in between. Those are the ones that once you get to the end game, you realize they don't drop, and you get nothing unless you put these legendary crests in, and you have to pay for them. So they didn't lie when they said you couldn't buy gear straight out, but you have to buy the ticket to make it possibly drop, and it's a total loop gambling system. So
it's like an heirloom in Apex.
Yeah.
You never know if you're going to get it.
No, and there's people, I remember one streamer, he finally got one, and once he finally got a 5-star gem, because it's the only way to get one is to pay for one, when he finally got the 5-star gem, he immediately destroyed it in game, logged out of his account, and said, I'm done. I finally did it. But he had spent over $250,000. Like, he's some streamer from Finland. And at one point, he had spent, I think, when he finally like made the video where he snapped, and I'll have to show it to you sometime, he dropped, I think it was 125,000, still never got the 5-star gem. And he was just like losing his mind, like, because he was trying to prove a point that like how pointless this is. And but they made this game specifically like that to make money, obviously. And within the first week, they made $24 million.
Jesus, that's a W.
That's
a dub.
A free mobile game, $24 million in the first week. And so obviously this game is geared to be big in China, because China's got the population. They're going to dump the money into it. That's where these games, these mobile microtransaction games thrive. It just got banned from releasing in China because one of the devs, if I'm correct on this, you know, leave a comment if I'm wrong, but one of the devs, basically somehow there was a joke that got put into a chat or some type of social area within the game making fun of China's president Xi Jinping. And so he banned it from being released in China over, you know, the jokes or slurs, as he called them, about him within the game. So now the whole way the game was created to do well in China, it will never release in China. And this was like days before it was going to drop. So everyone's like, well, you screwed the pooch because you basically said, fuck the US market, knowing that we're not going to pay for this, hoping that it'll do well in China. And now all you got's us left, and we're the ones that aren't blind to it. So there's a huge thing going on in the gaming industry right now with that shit.
Hell yeah. I'm glad I never got into those games.
I know I just went on a long rant, but it was...
You're fine, dude. You're fine.
I've been following this shit since like day one, and I was like, oh, I can still play the game, whatever. I'll have fun with it, and now I don't even touch it because I feel it feels wrong. Like I literally, every time I logged in, I was having a moral struggle with myself.
That's it. I can't take it no more.
I was like, am I letting my fellow gamers down right now by feeding into the machine? I was like, am I the problem?
It's kind of like Battlefront with fucking what EA and DICE did with fucking the last Battlefront. They totally had to revamp the game because it was fucking microtransaction city. Remember that?
Yeah.
They fucking killed that game.
Yep. And then they saved it, but it was too late.
Way too late. Everybody was out.
Only the strong player base that still plays to this day play it. But yeah, the limelight was gone.
She gone.
It's the gaming industry, honestly, is in a sad state right now. Like it's bad. I know
there's nothing fresh out there, man. Dude, Fall Guys is making a comeback right now. That's how bad it is. Not even a joke.
Well, I know what's funny about that name is the fact that game is only popular when nothing else is good, and everyone's just like, screw it. So it becomes the Fall Guy. Like you fall back to
yeah.
Oh, it's literally plan B. So, you know, when Fall Guys it's like what they say about the economy. It's like when Arizona green tea starts reaching $1.29, that's when we got a serious problem.
Yeah. Honest to God, man. All these BRs suck. Their fucking devs can't make a good update to save their life. There's always something wrong.
It's getting bad. And then the gaming industry, like I just said, they're just money hungry with it. You can't even buy a game anymore these days without just play it. And I know tons of people have had these fucking conversations. I mean, we've even talked about it before, but it's just in such a shamble right now. Such a shame. I can't get excited about anything coming out.
No, you can't.
This is bullshit.
And it sucks, bro.
I mean, Cyberpunk really kicked off a bad year of
Oh my God.
releases for everybody.
What a fucking waste.
It blows my mind that game still can't run at 60 frames on the. I have the Xbox, but I've got the lower grade one. This thing's got 10 gigs of fucking video like memory dedicated on top of all the processing power and everything. It may not be the $500 Xbox, but this thing's still a beast. They don't have a patch or anything to get it to run on 60 frames on this console.
That's a little sad.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, because I was gonna buy it possibly. They had a free weekend. I'm like, I'm gonna give this game a shot. And so I downloaded it for free, was playing it, and I'm like, I can't deal with 30 frames. I don't know how I did this my entire life. I can't fucking do it. And
Dude, I'd imagine spending all that money to get Keanu Reeves in a video game, and it's just terrible.
they did a
It
disservice.
just blows my mind.
They
It blows my mind.
honestly did that man dirty.
So who dirty?
See, I didn't know I came here to be disrespected.
Fucking
Man,
Keanu.
that's all I think of when I hear Cyberpunk. Game was shit, and Keanu Reeves was in it.
Yeah.
Like you don't usually say that. Keanu Reeves is in it. It's got to be good. It's like they spent all their money on that instead of fucking working on their game.
I guess it is possible though. He's had some dud movies, so I mean, I guess he wasn't a dud in the game from what I've seen.
Name one dud. Do it.
Oh, I will say with that game though, it was pretty funny when you could sit there and pick your character's dick size. That was hilarious. Like that was.
You can't look at it. Look at you. Just fucking distracting. You can't even name a bad fucking Keanu movie.
Oh, name a
do
dud.
it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Name a dud.
Name a dud. It was the one where I can't remember the name, but these two girls show up at his house. His wife and stuff is gone.
Oh, that's a great movie.
You like that movie?
Oh, how could you not?
Why?
You hot girls coming in all wet.
Oh, yeah, freaking wet.
Need to use the phone. Let them come in.
Need to use the phone, in 2021.
I've never seen that particular movie, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple parodies of it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Those seem to end pretty well.
Yeah, everyone's happy during the end of that movie. No, this was not that case. There was no fun involved except the shower scene, which looked like Keanu was having a good time. But you got
I never saw the movie, honestly.
It's fucking
I just
horrible.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, they like coerce him into like basically having fun in the shower, even though he resisted for a while because he's got a wife, obviously. But it's just the fact that it's like the year 2020, 2021, whatever the movie came out, and someone's letting someone else on a dark, rainy night in the middle of fucking nowhere into their house to use the phone. Come on, right there.
Cell phones don't work, man.
Come on, like it's bullshit.
Depression right now, dude. The economy's down. I mean, there's no cell phone coverage.
I can't do that in this economy.
Yeah. Yeah, the way my bank account's set up, I got a checking and a savings.
Don't quote the great man Kevin Hart. Got to check into the savings, and I got to move the money. It's the weekend. It's gonna take a couple days. I can't just go out and buy a boat. He's got a new movie that's out too. The Man from Toronto. What was it? It was on, I think it's HBO. It's either HBO or Netflix, one of the two. But it's like a comedy with him and Woody Harrelson. That apparently
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
he's coming to town. He'll be in Cleveland this month, I believe.
Oh, down by you guys?
Yeah. Down by you guys. Let's get you fucking Jersey talk.
Up here
Excuse me for living in Cleveland, Ohio.
Up here on the East Coast.
Yeah. Eat your Philly cheesesteak and shut up.
It is weird. This place is starting to feel more like normal home, like because it is home, but it's like I'm finally like mentally assimilating here.
Yeah.
I'm assimilating into my home.
You've been there now. You've been there over a year now, right?
It's been about 2 years, yeah.
Almost two. God damn.
I know. I've been over here and I finally got to see Boston and I drove through New York. Won't fucking do that again. You want to, oh my
Times
God.
Square.
I didn't get to go through there. Literally, it was just driving through so we can get to Massachusetts for my girlfriend's work trip.
Yeah.
So I got to drive through like areas of New York to get around it, and fuck me, that
It's a shit show, bro.
I did it.
I'll never forget. We went to New York Comic-Con a few years ago, bro.
Yeah.
And I walked the entire island. I walked, if anybody listening knows New York, I walked from the Javits Center down to Wall Street and the Eiffel Tower, or not the Eiffel Tower, the fucking Statue of Liberty. Which is the fucking length of the island. Okay.
Jesus.
I did this in a day.
Didn't you?
I saw the World Trade Center fucking memorial and all that shit.
Wasn't that when
It was
Pokemon Go was around? Weren't you doing it the whole day too?
Yes.
That was in like the heat of Pokemon Go.
It was in the heat of it. I was fucking getting shit left and right. I do, dude. I vaguely remember, not vaguely. I very much remember. I turned a corner down an alley near Wall Street. I had just like walked by like the Bull and shit, and I walked down an alleyway because I was like, I have a really good sense of direction. So I was like, I know where I'm at. If I just turn this way, I'll be heading back towards the Javits Center.
Yeah.
Plus, I have a cell phone. If I get lost, fucking put it in. Dude, I went down an alleyway. I come out of this alleyway. Chinatown.
China!
Not even a warning. I am in Chinatown.
Oh, hello, Priest.
There's fucking fish on the side of the fucking sidewalk and thing. Like, I'm serious. It was fucking nuts. I was like, I am in a different country. Like, this is fucking wild.
You transported to a whole new world.
Dude, one alleyway, and I was in a different fucking world.
And you went to China.
Yeah.
Get me the hell out of here!
I swear to God, I'm walking around playing Pokemon Go. I'm like, oh my God, at least I I have something to relate with these people. I'm playing Pokemon Go.
I was gonna say you're with your people.
Yes, I was a Pikachu. It was nuts, bro. Dude, it was crazy. There was just like octopus sitting, like there was like a window. It was like a seafood place, and there was a fucking octopus swimming in the window, and I was like, that thing's gonna die. Like, someone's gonna eat that. There was, man.
Is it octopus or octopi? Like, is it still?
I don't know. No idea. If it's not octopusy, I don't know about it, dude.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, it makes me think of The Boys because you said it's gonna die. Oh,
Yeah, it was nuts, bro.
Chinatown,
Anyways, I got back to the Javits Center, and then
America.
yeah, I got back to America.
Yes, I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle!
And I basically traveled around the world now that I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But we were driving around at night just because it was our first time all in New York. My Uncle Bob was driving. Mason, who's been on the show before, was with me. And we're driving around. We're going around Central Park, and like we found ourselves in Harlem. And I was like, Bob, we got to get out of here.
We gotta get out of here.
Like, I've heard Jay-Z rap about this. We got to get the fuck out of here. Like, so somehow in all the turns he was making, we ended up in the middle of fucking Times Square at like 9 p.m.
Oh my God.
Fucking packed. And my uncle was driving down the street, and the next thing you know, like, it was like 2 lanes, and then it went to 3, and then like someone, or I think it was a taxi, like created we were 4 wide. And my uncle Bob was like, this is not a 4-lane road.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
It was fucking hilarious. I was like, we're probably gonna die tonight, but this is fun. It's Times Square.
Hey, it's fun nights in the Big Apple, man.
Yeah, it was fucking wild, bro. That's when my uncle was like, we're never driving ever again. We're parking the car for the night, and we're just gonna walk everywhere. I I was like, yeah, it's fine with me because that was fucking sketch.
How deep did you get into Harlem? Was it like just at the edge?
I don't know, dude, because we came up to like some like it wasn't. It honestly, it looked like it was like condos, but you could tell it was apartments.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an apartment building. And Bob had pulled off into a parking lot because he was like, I don't know where the fuck we are. So I was like, all right, I gotta look it up. When I pulled it up and I looked at where we were, I'm like, oh, this isn't good. I was like, we gotta get out of here.
Where are we, man? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
This is that realization, like, this is not a safe area.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, all I saw was signs that were pointing to Harlem when I went through. That was it. I kept on
You
moving.
didn't get the full experience, bro.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. But yeah,
It was nutty.
that place is something else. I know that there's like me and my father, he was talking about it because he wanted to go. There was some like Comic-Con or something down in New York coming up soon, and we were thinking about going to that, but he was like naming off the prices just to go, and it's fucking
Probably New York Comic Con.
I think
It's
that's
so worth it.
I know it is worth it, but he was like naming off some of the prices, and there's like
$90.
no, it's ridiculous. Like the parking, the everything, like it would cost a shit ton.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So like I mean, I'm still gonna look into it, but who knows? That's the only reason I'm gonna go back in there to New York.
Dude, I'd be down. I'd be down to go. Dude, the New York Comic Con, it's the second biggest one.
I know.
There's San Diego, and then it's fucking New York, and probably Chicago after that.
Yeah, it's only a couple hours to get there from
Yeah.
here. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it's 8 from here. But
That's literally how long from me to you is 8.
it's fucking nuts too. Dude, New York's just a different world. Just that whole area is just a different world.
And I've never, like I said, seen it. I was just on the outskirts, and I was like, I
Yeah.
could never fucking live here. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way.
We walked to Times Square because we went into the Toys R Us at the time, RIP. And
The
because, you know,
giraffe.
it's a true story. Is that one still open? I feel like they closed every single one except for that one.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Blockbuster situation where they kept like the
Yeah.
last one in America open.
Yeah. We went there, but dude, it was fucking wild. I'm pretty sure I told you this before. I never said it on the show. When we were at Times Square just hanging out the next day, fucking crowd of people. Like when we came out of the one store, it was just crowds of people, like all looking one way and like pushing us. And I was like, what the fuck?
We're all gonna die!
Is going on? Like obviously something's happening because they have those stairs and things happen all the time there, like
Yeah.
street shows and shit.
Yeah.
And you could hear music playing and someone singing, and it was all right. It was solid. And then you heard we heard a dude walk by, and he was like, "Oh no shit, it's Paul McCartney." And my uncle was like, "There's no fucking way."
Like dead ass.
Dead ass, dude. We fucking
God.
made our way down the sidewalk because everybody was like squunched into that like triangle
Yeah.
part of Times Square that you see all the time. So we're walking down the sidewalk. This motherfucker rolled up to Times Square in a semi. The side of it lifted up because they were in the semi still. He's fucking rocking it on his piano and his band's playing. And I was like, holy shit, it's fucking Paul McCartney.
Holy shit!
He played like 3 songs. The fucking side of the truck shut and they fucking drove off. And I was like, well, that's something I never planned on seeing in my life. And I fucking, it was wild, bro.
It's one of those situations where you're like, well, that just fucking happened.
Yeah. I
I,
was like, huh, I got to see one of the Beatles before they all fucking died. Like,
just randomly, you got DoorDash Paul McCartney just like popped up. Hey, or play a song.
God, I'm trying to remember what year that was. That was when David Letterman was still on because we went to a Letterman show.
Oh, that's got to be dope.
That was sweet. I believe Michael Strahan was a guest. Fuck, I can't remember what year that was. But yeah, it was fucking wild. It's like you walk out of a store and Paul McCartney's just in a semi playing music. Didn't know any of the songs, but he didn't play a Beatles one, so
Yeah, well, it's very, very random. I feel like that place is one of those random places because I've seen like weird regular civilian type people doing some weird shit.
Oh yeah,
like that people have like recorded. Like,
yeah, man. TikTok's a wild place, bro.
Did you see any of that stuff when you were there?
I mean, there's street performers and shit there that are just weird. I told Kim too. I took Kim like the next year when we went to Comic-Con, and she like Mario and all these people were grabbing her. Oh, take a picture.
Yeah.
And I was like, listen, you just got to keep walking. So they're gonna fucking pound you for money after taking a picture that you don't want to take.
Yep.
And she stopped, took a picture. I was like, I ain't paying you, motherfuckers.
Fuck! All of you!
I was like, you guys can fuck off. Guy in a Speedo playing guitar, that really does happen.
Guy in a Speedo.
All that. It's a different world, man. It's kind of like a mini Vegas, like that centralized area.
Yeah, it's very
Kind of like walking down the Vegas Strip.
I got to get back to Vegas, man.
Oh, so fun.
I've only been once. I need to go
Plan a
back.
trip, dude.
Hey, we should. I got about 5 vacation days saved up right now, working my way towards 6. And
Do it next year sometime.
well, that's what me and my girlfriend were talking about. I was planning on going somewhere next year.
No. The boys.
Well, yeah, we got to plan a boys trip for sure.
Bros before hoes. Why? Because your bros are always there for you. They have got your back after your hoe rips your heart out for no good reason.
The boys.
The Star Wars thing got fucked up because it was just way
Yeah.
too expensive because the world sucks right now. And I'm sorry, I'm not paying $2,000 just to have a bed to sleep in and get my way there.
Yeah, man. That got a little expensive.
Yeah,
Get
fast.
those tickets for all those years too.
Yeah, ever since 2018.
It's been 84 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Wild.
It's insane. Like where I was then to where I am now, that's a long fucking
You
time.
lived here, bro.
I lived there, and we hadn't
We were
even
doing the podcast together
And
in the
that-
same room.
yeah, and the house wasn't even being sold. Like
And our audio sucked.
it did suck, but it was the boys. We need the boys back.
I know, man.
Speaking of that, Kevin, early episodes back on the show, and a friend of ours, he's going to be coming down here, so I'm excited to see him. I know nobody out there
Yeah,
knows him,
exactly.
so whatever. But had to bring it up since we're talking the boys.
Yeah, boys.
Uh,
I'll just be careful. Just be careful.
oh, I'll be careful. Me and the girl are going to be going and hanging out with him, and he wants to get hammered, and I'm like, no, like I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
He's about that life, bro.
Early on in this show, I was drinking booze all the time. You see me sitting here, and I'm drinking fucking support water with zinc, black currant, and blueberry extract.
Wow, that is first world water right there.
And then I had when I'm feeling, spicy, I've got my
Aha!
caffeinated Fuji apple white tea carbonated water.
So you're saying you're a phony with all those liquor bottles behind you?
No, that is the old me, and it's behind me because I've put that behind me. So it's a metaphor in my room.
Okay, all right, that's fair enough.
First of all, very clever. What, did you write that at home?
Totally just made that shit up, but that was good.
Yeah,
See,
I'll give it to you.
the water's in front of me, and that's behind me.
I give it to you.
Shit, I even quit smoking. I'm actually pretty proud of that one.
I mean, I don't think anybody truly actually cares.
That's
Yeah, good for you, man.
I'm still gonna get cancer. It's just
You get like testicular cancer. Be like, damn it.
if there is a God, he's like, I mean, kudos to you, but it's been like 5 years. You're too late, pal.
You better grab a pack on your way home.
You might as well just light it up and enjoy from what you got. There's a
What is
tumor.
that? Scary Movie 3 when he's like,
It's a boy. He's going to be an asshole. Your period starts in 3, 2, 1.
smoke it up. You're gonna get hit by a bus or fucking whatever. Scary Movie 3 or 4, fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit by a car.
Yeah.
Well, there was a commercial I saw recently. It was one of those like commercials that never aired because it was like, too whatever.
Risque.
It wasn't even risque. It was just like mean. And it was like taking stuff out of context. That was the whole point of it. And so these doctors are sitting there in front of a patient who's like out cold on the table, and they see a fly in the room, and he's got the paddles up, and they're trying to get the fly, this and that. And then finally, like, you see the mom and daughter coming up, and they're about to get to the room, and the guy zaps the fly with the paddles. he gets real down on the guy and he sees the fly's dead. And by the time the little girl and the mom walk in, he goes, "Oh yeah, that killed him." And the girl immediately lets go of the balloon. The mom's like, "Oh," and it's like taken out of context. It's not good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good shit. Context doesn't matter anymore, so you wouldn't see any of those commercials.
No, context doesn't matter at all. The world doesn't give a shit what, as long as it's like, no, well, that's what the article's titled.
Yeah. Walter Cartwright.
Walter.
I don't know why I just thought of that, but I did.
Well, before we get into talking about the world, we'll probably wrap it up there for today. But this is going to kind of be like the new kind of norm for us. With life and different things going on, we're just going back to what we used to do, and just every Thursday, plan on us just bullshit and sitting here talking. If you got stuff that has happened or you want us to talk about or bring into conversation, leave a comment, leave a like.
Let it rip.
Share this to a friend. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, where we are here with the video. We've also got the audio versions that will be going up weekly again for the Anchor podcasting site that is gracious enough to give us help for free. They support any type of podcast you want to do. Definitely check them out if you want to do what we do. And also, the episodes will be everywhere you want to listen. Apple, iTunes, Spotify, you name it, it's there. Cantina Corner. It's 2 words. Just put it in. Join us. In the car if you can't, especially if you don't want to look at my ugly face. You can fucking do that.
Good vibes, free of charge.
Free of charge. Like I said, your greatest source of unknown news for nerd and bar talk. So with that, we will see you next time. Stay fucking classy.
Get the fork out of here.